These days, education is no longer just about teaching students something. It's about helping them develop a reliable compass and the tools to navigate with confidence through an increasingly complex, volatile, uncertain world. Education is about identity, is about agency, is about purpose. Entrepreneurship is the heart of it. Success in education is about building curiosity, opening minds. It's about compassion, opening hearts. And it's about courage, mobilizing our cognitive, social, and emotional resources to take action. And that's also going to be our best weapon against the biggest threats of our times. Ignorance, the closed mind. Hate, the closed heart. And fear, the enemy of agency. We live in this world in which the kind of things that are easy to teach and test have also become easy to digitize, to automate. The future is about pairing the artificial intelligence of computers with the cognitive, the social and emotional skills and values of humans. It's going to be about our imagination, our awareness, and our sense of responsibility that will help us harness technology to shape the world for the better. These days, algorithms behind social media are sorting us into groups of like-minded individuals. They create virtual bubbles that often amplify our own views but leave us insulated from divergent perspectives. They homogenize opinions and they polarize our societies. So tomorrow's schools need to help students think for themselves and join others with empathy in work and citizenship. They will need to help them develop a strong sense of right and wrong, a sensitivity to the claims who others make on us, and a grasp of the limits of individual and collective action. At work, at home, and in the community, people need a deep understanding of how others live in different cultures and traditions, and how others think, whether as scientists or as artists. And whatever tasks machines may be taking over from humans at work, the demands on our knowledge and skills to contribute meaningful to social and civic life will always keep rising. The growing complexity of modern living for individuals, communities, societies means that the solutions to our problems will also be complex. In a structurally imbalanced world, the imperative of reconciling diverse perspectives and interests in local settings, but often with global implications, means that we need to become good in handling tensions and dilemmas. Striking a balance between competing demands, equity and freedom, autonomy and community, innovation and continuity, efficiency and democratic process. It's going to rarely lead to an either-or choice or even a single solution. We need to think in a more integrated way that recognizes interconnections. Our capacity to navigate ambiguity has become key. It's all about entrepreneurship. Now, that's all easy to say, but really hard to do. We talk about entrepreneurship, but then spend a lot of time transmitting what we know to passive learners, rather than encouraging active learners to question the established wisdom of our times. We talk about social skills and teamwork, but then we put students behind individual desks. And at the end of the school year, we ask them to do a test where they have to show they're better than their neighbor. Teaching entrepreneurship means asking students to do an experiment rather than telling them about the results of an experiment. It means creating space where students can try out new ideas and fall and fail forward. It means shifting instruction from knowledge transmission to knowledge co-creation. From receiving abstractions in a textbook to learning by experimenting. From summative evaluation to formative monitoring. That often requires transforming a fear of failure to a willingness to try. And we spend far too much time to push ideas into schools and classrooms, and far too little time to find great ideas in the classroom and scale them and spread them. That is about leadership. It's about leaders who can identify emerging trends and issues that may be important to their teachers in schools. Leaders who have an inclusive style that encourages collaboration and that provides a space for staff to take risks. Leaders who are strategic and entrepreneurial themselves. In the sense that they can mobilize the people and resources needed for innovation and attract talented staff. And leaders who are good at engaging social entrepreneurs, business executives, researchers, civil society leaders as partners in innovation for education. And finally, it's also important to create a more level playing field for innovation in schools. Governments can help strengthen professional autonomy and a collaborative culture where great ideas are refined and shared. Governments can also help with funding and can offer incentives that raise the profile and demand for what really works. But governments alone can only do so much. Silicon Valley works because governments created the conditions for innovation, not because governments do the innovating. And similar, governments cannot innovate in the classroom. They can only help by opening up systems so that there is an innovation-friendly climate where transformative ideas can really blossom. That means encouraging innovation within the system and making it open to creative ideas from the outside. A lot more of that needs to be happening. So education systems themselves need to be better at identifying key agents of change and champion them. And they need to find more effective ways of scaling and disseminating innovation and idea. That is also about finding better ways to recognize, reward, and celebrate success, to do whatever is possible to make it easier for innovators to take risk and encourage the emergence of new ideas. One of the most devastating findings from our survey, TALIS, of teachers was that 3 in 4 teachers in the industrialized world consider their workplace an environment that is essentially hostile to innovation. Nothing will change if we can't change that perception.